Raegan Revord answers a big Missy question after young Sheldon in new Georgie and Mandy's first marriage sequel video. Raegan Revord, who stole hearts as the sharp-tongued Missy Cooper on young Sheldon, has finally addressed one of the most burning questions fans have been asking since the series finale. What happens to Missy after the show ends? In a brand new teaser for the upcoming sequel series Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, Revord offers fans not only a glimpse into her post-young Sheldon return, but also delivers a heartfelt response to the lingering mystery about Missy's future. And it's exactly what longtime viewers were hoping for. While the young Sheldon finale gracefully tied up most storylines, it left Missy's arc hanging in midair. With George Sr.'s death casting a long shadow over the Cooper family and Sheldon's destiny already foretold by the Big Bang Theory, fans were left wondering, what's next for Missy? Does she spiral out of control like some hinted? Does she find her own path? Or does she fade into the background of Sheldon's greater narrative? Raegan Revord's surprise appearance in the new promo for Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage just changed the game and gave Missy Cooper the spotlight she always deserved. Missy's bittersweet ending on young Sheldon. Before diving into the promo, it's important to remember where Missy's story left off. While her twin brother Sheldon received endless attention and opportunities, Missy was often sidelined, not just by the adults in her life, but sometimes by the narrative itself. She was witty, clever, and independent, but she rarely got the emotional investment other characters received. In young Sheldon's final episodes, Missy was shown grieving her father deeply and emotionally distancing herself from her family. Her feelings were raw, underexplored, and filled with teenage confusion. Unlike Sheldon, who found comfort in logic and academia, or Mary, who leaned heavily into faith, Missy was floating, untethered, and uncertain. Many fans saw that as a setup for her potential downfall. The adult Missy never appeared in The Big Bang Theory, and Sheldon barely mentioned her. That absence has long fueled speculation that something tragic happened, or that she simply disappeared from his world. Now, Raegan Revord's return offers clarity and hope. Raegan Revord returns as an older, wiser Missy in the Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage promo video, which feels more like a character epilogue than a typical spin-off teaser. Revord appears not as the young teenager fans last saw, but as a slightly older Missy Cooper, aged up to reflect the time jump between young Sheldon and the new series. She's seen walking through a modest Texas diner, wearing jeans, boots, and a smirk that hasn't lost its Missy charm. But there's something else there too, maturity. Gone is the rebellious fire of her early teen years, replaced by a self-aware young woman who's clearly been through some stuff and grown stronger because of it. As she sits down across from Mandy, played by Emily Osment, the two share a sisterly warmth that radiates off the screen. Mandy greets her with, "Didn't think we'd see you back in Medford so soon." Missy replies, "Yeah, well, someone had to make sure Georgie doesn't mess this whole first marriage thing up." The line is classic Missy, deadpan, affectionate, and honest, but it's also symbolic. She's back. She's present. She matters. Missy's life after George's death. The promo video doesn't spell everything out, but it does offer a surprising amount of exposition through conversation. At one point, Mandy asks Missy how things have been going, and Missy responds with, "Greater than rough at first. Dad dying, that hit me hard. Harder than I expected. I acted out. Got in some trouble. But I found my way again." Turns out grief doesn't come with instructions. That one admission answers a question fans have debated for over a year. Did Missy go down a dark path after George's death? The answer seems to be a little, but not forever. She hints at rebellious behavior, but also at resilience. Missy didn't collapse under the weight of grief. She climbed out of it. She found her footing, even if it took time. This is a far more satisfying answer than some fans feared, especially those who thought her absence in The Big Bang Theory might mean a tragic ending. Missy's new role in the sequel series, Revord's appearance isn't just a cameo. The promo confirms that Missy will have a recurring role in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, though not as a main cast member. The series, which picks up shortly after the events of young Sheldon, will focus on Georgie, Mandy, and their baby daughter Cece as they navigate young parenthood and an unconventional marriage. Missy, however, will be a frequent visitor, the cool aunt, as Mandy puts it in the teaser. The promo shows her interacting playfully with baby Cece, cracking jokes with Georgie, and even sharing a moment of quiet support with Mary, who's still struggling with the loss of her husband. This inclusion of Missy in the sequel isn't just fan service. It's a conscious decision by the creators to give her a future, a narrative beyond Sheldon's shadow. For the first time, we're seeing Missy not just as the snarky sidekick, but as a young woman charting her own course. The real-life growth of Raegan Revord. Off-screen, Raegan Revord's own personal growth mirrors Missy's development. Having played the role since she was just 9 years old, Revord essentially grew up on the set of young Sheldon. Now a teenager herself, she brings a new level of depth to Missy, a more grounded performance that reflects the complexity of loss, identity, and coming of age. In a behind-the-scenes interview accompanying the promo, Revord reflects on stepping back into Missy's shoes. Greater than, it felt like saying goodbye to her at the end of young Sheldon wasn't enough. There was more story to tell. I wanted to show that Missy has fight in her, but also heart. She's more than just Sheldon's sister. She's her own person. Fans quickly took to social media to praise the promo, with many noting that Revord's emotional maturity adds authenticity to Missy's continuation. Her brief but powerful moments in the video sparked renewed interest in the sequel and in Missy's trajectory moving forward. What Missy's future could look like. While the promo stops short of laying out Missy's full arc in the sequel, it does plant several narrative seeds. She mentions she's considering taking community college classes, which opens the door for a classic young adult storyline. There's also a subtle nod to a new love interest. Mandy teases her about a guy with a motorcycle, to which Missy simply blushes and says, "No comment." It's clear the writers are positioning Missy for future development, education, relationships, possibly even her own story arc outside the Cooper house. With Georgie and Mandy's first marriage likely to explore family dynamics and personal growth, Missy could emerge as a crucial anchor character, someone grounded in loss but determined to create a better future. A symbolic victory for forgotten siblings everywhere. Missy Cooper has long represented something rare in TV families, the overlooked middle child who's both incredibly funny and heartbreakingly real. In many ways, she's the most human character of the Cooper clan, dealing with ordinary struggles like being left out, feeling unseen, and coping with grief. Raegan Revord's return in the Georgie and Mandy sequel isn't just a continuation. It's a correction. A chance to right the narrative imbalance that left Missy behind while others soared. It gives her a seat at the table and acknowledges that she too matters in the legacy of the Cooper family. Final thoughts. The Georgie and Mandy's first marriage promo isn't just a look ahead, it's a love letter to Missy Cooper and her fans. Through Raegan Revord's emotional and thoughtful portrayal, we finally get Chloe,